Christine Catt from Smart Business Solutions, and we're going to talk to you about the year end coming up really, really quickly, which means a new year and a new you, which means it's time to get organised. We want to talk to you about your deadlines, which come up really, really, really quickly, and it's quite surprising actually. It's like Christmas is the same day every year, but so is the 30th of June. So we want to say that your payment summaries are due on the 14th of July, your BAS, your super is the 28th of July, you've got TPAR for those of you in the building and construction industry, which is the 28th of August. So there's actually a lot to get done. And not to forget your compliance work that you're going to get to your accountant in July also. So with a lot coming up, we're going to talk about payment summaries in another video, so stay tuned for that one coming up shortly. But with your BAS coming up, let's get it really, really organised and let's get it sorted so it's actually correct. And it also considers the rest of the financial year in this BAS. So what we want to suggest to you is also go to all reports in Xero, and there's a report there called reconciliation reports. This steps you through all your bank accounts, loan accounts, credit cards that might be hooked up to Xero, and it shows you the statement balance versus the Xero balance. You want to look if there's any unreconciled transactions and any discrepancies. If there's discrepancies, there's errors, therefore your BAS isn't going to be correct. So we want to try and find them before you lodge the BAS. It also steps you through accounts receivables and accounts payables. So not only do we want to look at all the older stuff that may be lingering there, but we also want to tidy it up for year end. So do we want to write them off or do we want to chase up people? We know a good debt collector. Also, your balance sheet is one of those ones that people forget to look at from time to time. And it's really one that we as accountants look at all the time. It's what we really stem everything off. At the end of the financial year, when we're doing your compliance work, we always ask, where's this, where's that, where's this? So if you look at it for us, you know that what you're going to be able to look at and have a sanity check is what we're going to be asking for. So if you have a quick look at your balance sheet, have your bank accounts teed up, which you're going to do in the reconciliation reports, have a look at your fixed assets. What have you purchased during the year? We want your invoices, we want your finance contracts for them. Have a look at your liabilities, what scary stuff sitting in there. Are they all correct? Any paperwork that we need for that's what we're going to want for your 30 June. But let's get back to your BAS to make sure that that is accurate. Once you've done the reconciliation reports, once you looked at your balance sheets, we also want to just have a quick look at the BAS report itself. Once you've done all of those before, the BAS should be pretty much accurate, but have a look at the GST audit report that's available when you run the BAS report in Xero. There's 3 little tabs, it's the last tab, and it just lets you know what is being categorized in what area. That means it's in the right area. Another one is to look at is any discrepancies from prior periods. So when you're doing the June BAS, I'm not just talking about March, but also June periods from prior years. So if we're doing 30 June 2017, have a quick look at 30 June 2016, so 15. If they're quite similar, you know you're doing a pretty good job, so it should be pretty accurate. If you have that all tidied up before 30 June, you won't be leaving it to the last minute, which is what we hate doing. New year, new you means you're getting organised. So let's have a look at it now, get it all ticking along. That's great work. Also, when you're in your balance sheet, another thing to quickly look at and a sneaky little tip for you is your GST accounts and all your pay-as-you-go withholding and super accounts all up to date? The only figures that should be in there are the June quarter, or for some of those that you pay monthly, obviously the June month. One of our tips is pay your super before 30 June to be able to get it as a deduction in this 30 June 2017 year. So have a quick look. If you're on Auto Super, which you should be, have a look into the Auto Super and just make some payments, especially if your last pay run actually falls before 30 June. You can make that payment beforehand. You don't have to wait until the 28th of July. And then again, it's a deduction, which is really, really good. Attached in the article below are some common tips and tricks for BASs, especially those common errors as accountants and bookkeepers we always see. You all do them, so please have a quick look because there may be some stuff that you might be doing that's incorrect, and it will save you a whole lot of time and us a whole lot of time when we're doing your compliance work. Also attached in the article, if any of you haven't heard yet, the ATO has finally caught up and they've made the simplified BAS, which is going live 1st of July. So your BAS return pretty much has the same stuff, but then it's gotten a lot of stuff taken out, so it's a lot easier to file now, but it might just throw you out a little bit because you're so used to doing what's the old. So please have a look at the article to see what the changes are. Also in the article is some stuff about getting ready for financial year. So apart from the stuff that I've mentioned, balance sheet is the crucial point. Remember that we want to substantiate and have documents for all of those things on the balance sheet. So have a look at the little list of tips and tricks that we've got attached in the article. We've also got really interesting information about protecting your king, which is your cash as a small business owner, protecting your name, and also some services that we can help you with. We're not just the boring compliance accountant. Not probably meant to say that, but it's the truth. We can do a whole lot of stuff, and we're really excited about what we can do for you. Don't forget your obligations. You've got a whole lot coming up in the next couple of weeks, so be organised. It's a lot less stressful if that's the case. And stay tuned for our next video coming up to help you get ready for payment summaries that make sure it's just a quick click of the button. Thanks.